Yeah, I mean, the bye came late in the year, week 11, but when it did get here, we definitely took advantage of it. Guys got to rest some, and we got to recruit, and got ahead, some on Kent State as well. And so it's a short week this week as well, being on a Friday, not real short, but still throws a curveball in terms of just a normal game week preparation. So it's going to be here quick, and we're going to be ready for it.
As well as the defense has been playing, is it kind of that double-edged sword where, yes, you're happy for the bye week, but you also know as well as you've been going, you would have liked to continue momentum?
Yeah, I don't think a bye means that you're not going to continue the momentum. So we've definitely had some touch points with them and throughout the bye week, and then obviously in this week as well. So, yeah, you can't have it both ways. I'm not going to look at it negatively both ways. There's always a positive and a negative. We needed the rest, and so we definitely took advantage of it. And we're going to be ready for Friday.
This week, Kent State, the opponent, a team that played most recently against Toledo. It was a close game at half before the Rockets in the second half. What have you been able to see out of the Golden Flashes?
Well, I mean, a lot. First of all, it's my fifth season here, and we haven't played them, the first 4 years. And so this is the first time. It's the first time going to their place. They have not been to ours. So there's familiarity with crossover games throughout the years, but for your fifth year, end of the season, not having played a team is a little unusual. And so for 4 years, we watched a different staff. I've admired what they've done, throughout this season. To be honest with you, I love it. When a coach comes in and you can immediately see his footprint, mentality, what he is not trying to install, what he actually is instilling and installing. As a coach, I love that. And I've talked about this already. I showed it to our team on Friday. They were down 56-34, I think it was. Got the ball with 5 seconds left, and on their own, 25-yard line or so, play action, threw it as far as he could, deep, went up, high point of the ball, caught it, made a couple guys, didn't really make a miss, but broke tackles and didn't end up scoring on the play, but. I admire that. I love it. It is like you can't score, 20-some points on one play, but we're going to try. We're not giving up. We're not giving in. We're working on all the things that, it is to continue to get better. So I love that mentality. And, this was before we got into scouting report and all that, but just off the Toledo game, there's multiple great defensive stops where guys are flying to the ball. And this is when the score was, potentially out of reach in the second half. And I just don't think there's anything better. I do. I think that going after your best and all that is who we want to be despite the score, whether we're up or we're down. And that's what I saw out of them, and then kicking an onside kick. And I love it. And I know that we have to be at our best this week, and our team knows that we have to be at our best this week. It's a huge challenge for us, and we're preparing diligently to be ready at noon on Friday.
With Coach Needham having been there the last few years, he's certainly familiar with some of their defensive pieces. Does that help in any way?
Of course we ask them, is what we're seeing on film match with, what from having been there and whatnot. And so, there are times where it does match, and times where, he may know something kind of different than what we had seen on film. And so, the more information you get, the better. But it's different. It's been, coming up on a year since he's been there, and, a different staff and all of that. So, we would, prefer watching film and evaluating it the way that we always do, rather than getting it some other way.